This story begins with a viewer's social media comment asking if I could profile the story of their loved one. And with the early information I had, I assumed the question would be what crisis supports are available to those experiencing a mental health crisis in our community. But as I gained perspective and compiled interviews, I finally found the real question, which was what supports are available to those exiting the foster care system with severe trauma. Note that this story does include mention of suicide.
A lot of ups and downs, but he stayed for 29 years. He fought.
There was a simple innocence to Dion.
We just stayed in the trenches with him and came to know and love him as really we kind of felt like he was a child to us.
Dion Robinson was an artist with a gift who at the same time carried with him a bag that contained trauma. At a young age, in 1999, he witnessed his mother be killed at the hands of his father, which eventually led to years in the foster care system. And aging out of the system didn't come easy.
Yeah, definitely just a lot of, failed systems out there that's just not, really, for the people, which leads them to, a lot of, places, that they, shouldn't be.
Tragically, Dion recently took his own life. Part of his healing up until that point had been the support of Lifeline Toledo, including Julie Wood, as well as the organization's founder and CEO, Steve North.
It doesn't matter if you're talking about 35 people in a building or 135. They're not typically equipped to handle the level of care that somebody like Dion needed, because we decided as a society we didn't need to provide that anymore. So the consequence of that is that Dion was not able to sustain living in a communal setting like a shelter.
Something Dion's brother Xavier understands from a personal perspective.
No matter who it is, I think, their life, matters. No matter who it is, what they're going through.
NAMI is the National Alliance for Mental Illness, and we exist around 3 pillars of education, support, and advocacy.
That's Mariah Cornoa. She's the executive director of NAMI of Greater Toledo and Lucas County Suicide Prevention Coalition board chair. I wanted to ask her about NAMI's role in this conversation, as well as about the mental health system we have in place locally. When asked if there are enough sources of support available, this is what she had to say.
I'm going to be very honest. I think we are resource rich in our community. Honestly, we just don't half the time know what's available and out there. So I think we have a great crisis response system with Zeph and Harbor having crisis interventions and a crisis clinic. The difficult part is the demand is so high and the industry, as with many industries, it struggles with staffing.
She says representation and gaps that appear between appointments are 2 struggles, in addition to the fact that some may feel they're a burden for simply seeking help. I then asked her about Dion's case, exiting the foster care system to little support. Is that something that NAMI notices or other providers notice a lot?
Actually, that's a huge issue, and I'm really glad you brought it up because I'm part of a group that works with children's services called Love and Luggage, and they help provide resources, love, support for those kids that are aging out of the foster care system. There's also a program that the state helps run. It's called Bridges, and it's like a program that gaps from 18 to 21. There's still a lot of growing that happens at 21 and resources beyond that. So we step in with that young adult support group. But these types of transitional supports, not enough people were paying attention in that child's journey. And then as a young adult getting lost even further, that is a tragedy.
In terms of preventing cases similar to Dion's in the future, Cornoa says programs like Love and Luggage, which she mentioned she works with, need the support of volunteers who can help build deeper connections with individuals who struggle. And as for Dion's brother Xavier, Steve North, and Julie Wood, they say they're working with the Toledo Museum of Art on an exhibit that honors Dion's artistry, his personhood, as well as the baggage that we all carry, no matter the weight. Now, the Suicide Lifeline, this is 988. That is a number you can call or text if you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide. Help is just a few clicks away. Reporting in Toledo, I'm Jaden Jefferson.